Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Markets looking green today, and a lot of analysts very optimistic that this upcoming week is actually going to be looking pretty good. Famous last words, or will that actually come to pass? I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind it. Either way, though, I'll tell you what, if things tank even lower, I will be sufficiently enticed to purchase even more crypto. So either way, I'll be just fine personally. Let me know how you feel in the comment section below, but look on your screen right now if you can. This is the top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap on Live Coin Watch. Now, if you look on the right, you can see the weekly charts here. Now, it's absurd that 3 of the top 10 coins by market cap are stable coins, and I don't know why they're here by default, because nobody's going to Live Coin Watch or Coin Market Cap to see if Tether is still $1, if USDC is still $1. But nonetheless, they're here. So if you ignore those 3 coins, BUSD, USDC, and USDT, if you just look at the rest in the top 10 by market cap, if you look at the charts, if you've got human eyeballs, you may notice that these charts look exactly the damn same. The market is moving in tandem. Even in terms of volume, we're seeing things looking very samey from one coin to the next in terms of percentage increases and decreases in volume. Nonetheless, look at the headline that we get here from AMB Crypto, which has illustrated that it has a number of writers that clearly do not like Ripple and do not like XRP. Look at this headline. XRP, despite SEC's crumbling lawsuit against Ripple, investors aren't impressed. And I don't want to read this article even, I just wanted to point it out. They go on to talk about how volume's decreasing with XRP. They go on to cite specific categories of purchases in terms of size, this and that. And I'm sitting here thinking, damn it, bitch, this is true of every damn crypto on the planet right now. Why are you picking on XRP? I guess it's getting the clicks. I guess it's getting the clicks. And also, it's true that there's been all sorts of good news and pre-trial stuff. All the pre-trial hearings and everything that's come out. Almost everything that's come out looks very good for Ripple and XRP holders, certainly, right? I think we mostly agree on that, right? Well, the whole time this case has been going on, over a year now, none of the great news has ever impacted the price of XRP. Why would you expect it to now? So they go on to talk about things that's happening with Hinman's emails I'm not getting into in this particular video. But why would you expect it now, to the positive news, to impact the price of XRP? It never has before. I mean, unless you want to cite the initial ruling of the, or not ruling, but the initial lawsuit against Ripple. Okay, that impacted the price of XRP, but in terms of things that have been happening pre-trial, nothing that I can think of off the top of my head has ever moved the price of XRP. Not one little tiny baby boo bit. Why is XRP getting picked on all the damn time? Now, I know it's so stupid, I'm so tired of it. But the good news is, things are going to get better. Look, market participants, extremely fearful. Definitely extremely fearful, but things aren't going to stay like that forever. And I want to share with you perspective from a number of people in the space, and the one I'm looking forward to the most, actually, I was going to end the video with it. Maybe I'll just start with it because it's awesome. There was this article from the Daily Hodl from just the other day. It's titled, Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson says fears of crypto market collapse overblown, sets time frame for recovery. And I'll tell you, I've always thought that Mr. Hoskinson, founder of Cardano and a co-founder of Ethereum as well, I've always found him to be rather sharp. He's been here a long time, since just about the beginning, back when Bitcoin was under $1, in fact, I think is what he said within this article. What was covered within this article, rather. And he seems to get the bigger picture. He also thinks that XRP is not a security, so, got that going for him, too. But look, before covering anything any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I'm not offering financial advice, and you should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. As I record this, XRP's at 44 cents. It was at 45 cents just a second ago, though. Didn't mind seeing that. Bitcoin's up to $31,216. Market cap for the asset class, 1.36 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 43.7%, illustrating that altcoins have taken a slightly bigger beating than Bitcoin, even though the whole market is still moving in tandem. And again, you can look on your screen right now. If you look to the right, there's the weekly charts. Just ignore the stable coins. But everything else, these charts are basically interchangeable. It's just so funny. It has nothing to do with fundamentals or utility, or almost nothing anyway. It's crazy. It won't stay like that, but that's how it is now. Market's feeling a little bit better. Still in extreme fear. Here's the crypto fear and greed index at 14 out of 100. But yesterday, It was at 10 out of 100, and the day before that, it was at 9 out of 100. So moving up, not surprising to see that as we get to, a little bit of an increase in terms of price action. That's to be expected here. So what's Charles Hoskinson have to say about this? And frankly, this is sage wisdom for the entire crypto space. This is not unique to any specific coin. What he says here, you just need to hear, frankly. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson says large corrections are routine parts of the crypto industry and that the hysteria surrounding the latest market crash is inflated. In a new video update, Hoskinson says that seasoned investors seem unfazed by the most recent sharp market downturn, as they have witnessed similar-sized corrections in the past, while newer investors are hitting the panic button. No kidding. And so I'll count myself among the seasoned investors. I've been in the crypto space for, a good 4.5 years at this point. Never cashed out into USD. I'm a very long-term holder. I think it's safe to say for all of my crypto, frankly. XRP just happens to be my largest cryptocurrency. It's my favorite cryptocurrency for a number of reasons. I've been articulating on this Moon Lambo channel with a silly-ass name for a number of years, in fact. But I don't get emotional about this stuff. As prices were tanking, not only did I not panic, as they got sufficiently low, I started to feel excited. And for the first time in 7 months or so, I actually purchased more crypto. I hadn't purchased since either the end of October or maybe it was the beginning part of November last year. But I did. I was like, wow, I thought that it was more likely that we might just see alt season, but instead of getting alt season, we see prices crater here. And some are arguing that we're in a bear market now. And if so, okay, this is crypto winter, fine. And everybody has a different definition of what that is too. So it's like sometimes we're just talking past one another because we don't agree on terms and stuff. But anyway, here, check out this quote from Charles Hoskinson. I've been in this space for almost a decade now, and I remember Bitcoin before it was $1 and then going up to $30, then down to $4, then to $250, then to $80, then to $1,200, then down to $250 again, then up to $20,000, then down to $4,000, then to $64,000. Let me just pause. That sounds, I've said stuff like this about XRP. I was like, yeah, I bought it when it was about 20 cents. It was like 20 or 21 cents the first time I bought it, November 17th of 2017. And then it ran up to almost $4, and then it crashed back down. I started buying at 55 cents, and then more at 50 cents, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, all the way down. And then it ran back up to 80 cents. Then it ran back down to about 20-something cents. Then it eventually cratered down in March, 2020 down to 11 cents, but then it ran up to 80 cents again after that. Then it ran back down to 17 cents, but then it ran up to $2, and then it ran to whatever the hell it's been to lately at a recent low of about 38 cents. It doesn't matter. The trend, as long as the trend's upward, it just doesn't matter. And people get spooked by all this, but if not for this volatility, there wouldn't be an opportunity for life-changing wealth. So rather than be fearful of it, just understand that these useful idiots out here that are using their emotions to make important financial decisions, they're the reason that we who control our emotions have the opportunity to achieve life-changing wealth via crypto. That's incredible. They're like, the useful idiots are part of my plan. I sit here and do nothing while they do all of the erratic nonsense. That's it. I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. Here's more of the quote from Charles Hoskinson now. And no matter where I go and what I do, it always amazes me that there's this constant rhyming of the attitude. So the old guard, nothing phases us anymore. We've seen everything twice just to make sure we didn't miss anything. The new people, the minute that something occurs, like, for example, the collapse of a stablecoin or the collapse of BitConnect or these types of things, they say, oh my God, this is the end of crypto. Everything is over. We're all going to die. The markets are over. The dream is gone. End quote. That is what happens, isn't it? Isn't that? Yes. And it just doesn't make any sense. Look, there are attributes that cryptocurrencies have that are desirable. And we could argue all day about which ones are going to be here for the long haul. And maybe Bitcoin will be, maybe it won't be, maybe XRP will be, maybe it won't be. I'm optimistic for both at this point anyway. But I don't know for sure. Maybe I'm betting all the wrong horses. But I know that there are things that can be done, thanks to this technology existing, and as a result of that being undeniably true, there will be winners in the space. This asset class will not go away because it solves real problems for real people. It makes business models possible that otherwise would not be possible. That's value, which is different than price. That's actually valuable here. And then the piece states, Hoskinson goes on to welcome newcomers to the latest crypto winter, saying that it could take weeks to months for the industry to find a bottom before steadily climbing up. And here's a final quote from Mr. Hoskinson. If this is your first crypto winter, then welcome. Been through many since 2011, and they always hit like a cold ice bath. We are in the panicked, blood in the streets phase. It clears in weeks to months as a bottom is found. Then a long climb up ladder, end quote. And so inevitably, and this is what I think is going to happen, whether we're at the bottom now or the bottom's yet to come, maybe it goes a little bit lower, I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. At some point, there's going to be a recovery. I mean, you could have a V bottom out of there, but it wouldn't be surprised to see a recovery take weeks or months, and then you're going to see this climb up. And then at some point, there will be euphoria, and then you'll have quick spikes up. It's going to happen again, and the patient will be the beneficiaries of that. And the erratic, useful idiots will not achieve life-changing wealth until they figure out that they were being idiots. And everyone's done silly stuff. Everybody's had emotional responses. I've felt emotional responses to this in the past. I just don't anymore. So I'm not saying that to be venomous. I'm just saying it to make fun of it because it's kind of funny and stupid. Like, if you can't admit that that behavior is stupid and that it's a dumb thing to engage in, I can't help you, son. It's okay to joke about it and have a little fun with it because the reality is there's a path forward for the everyday person. You know, you can be of modest means and achieve life-changing wealth in crypto. Like, that is the most empowering message out there. And it is true. But you have to know a few basic things and you have to control your emotions. You got to be patient. But still, that's incredibly empowering. Most people won't be able to make that work for them. Most people don't have the mental fortitude to make that happen. But it's still possible. That's an incredible message. Take a look at this, by the way. This comes from Plan B, who shared the following with his 1.8 million followers on Twitter. Here, I'll make this chart full screen too while I'm reading this. All January 2009 through December 2020 coins are in profit. He's talking about Bitcoin, of course. That's 11.4 million of all 19 million Bitcoin, 60%, with an average buy price of $9,000. 93% of sellers in May were January 2021 through April of 2022 buyers. They sold at a loss. Folks, think about that. 93% of the sellers purchased between January 2021 through April 2022 buyers. My gosh. Short-term people. What have we learned here? Well, yes, and so he even writes here. He writes, lesson, hold Bitcoin longer than 2 to 3 years. Don't invest more than what you can handle with 50% unrealized loss. No kidding. Some people do learn, though. Some people really do. And it's like, you shouldn't feel shame. Like, even if you do these stupid things, even if you were at one time one of the useful idiots, that's okay. You don't have to feel shame about it. It's like real-world experience informs us in many aspects of life, right? So it's okay. You don't have to feel shame about it. It's okay. Like, it's okay to admit, yeah, I did something kind of stupid, but I learned from it. Now I'm not doing the stupid thing anymore. You can be proud of that, actually. That's part of being an adult. It's okay. And then take a look at this. I can't remember. I don't think I shared this the other day, but even if I did, it's only going to take a sec, so it's worth repeating here. This is from Bitcoin Archive on Twitter. They wrote, breaking. Canadian Bitcoin ETF bought 6,900 Bitcoin yesterday. The biggest single-day purchase since it listed. How about that? Canadian Bitcoin ETF. But shouldn't they be fearful right now? No, it's the typical retail speculator that's fearful right now. And then take a look at this. There's a tweet on May 11th from chart analyst Love Crypto, and he said, expecting a macro swing failure pattern over the coming week or so. The 2022 lows are almost in my opinion. And I hope he's right about that. He very well may be. And then he wrote, swing, and this is on the 13th now, he wrote, swing failure pattern on the weekly looks promising. Let's wait for the weekly candle close and also see if we get confirmation over the coming 2 weeks. Ideally, a retest of $29,000 to $30,000. Confirm it as support and begin sideways reaccumulation phase, low volatility in prep for bull rally. You see how cool, calm, and collected the analysts are that have been at this for some time? They just understand market cycles are market cycles and human behavior is human behavior. Because even if he's off on his expectations to whatever degree, it's an inevitability that there will be continued reaccumulation and prices are going to increase unless you actually think that there's nothing to this crypto asset class, and we just haven't figured it out, that it doesn't make sense. After all these ups and downs, bubbles inflating and popping, humans haven't figured it out yet that, oh, actually, we don't like this stuff, and there is no utility here, and it shouldn't even exist. Do you think that's the case after 13 years, or might it be worth way more in the future? You tell me, folks. Then there was this also from Love Crypto. This from a couple days back. Markets are irrational, same as human emotion. They constantly surprise us, going beyond expectations. Crypto 2020 through 2021 bull run was insane, super strong, almost no pullbacks. Same happens on the way down in bear rallies. If you're new to this space, FUD and crashes are normal. Sentiment is extreme right now, almost max fear. Vast majority have either sold most of their positions or already out of the market. Very few would dare to buy now, despite this, or quite soon, being the point of maximum opportunity for the upcoming cycle. Markets are cyclical. Yeah, exactly. And so I finally did, like I said, I purchased, whatever, 2 or 3 days ago, whatever it was, I made a video about it when I did. I purchased a couple different cryptocurrencies because these prices, I didn't think I'd be seeing these prices until after alt season. That would have been my guess, right? It was my guess. But we didn't have alt season and things cratered, so I'm like, okay. I'll pack up more, sure. Twist my arm. Twist my freaking arm. So I am one of the people that got excited about this while others are in fear. And I'm like, to anybody that's feeling the fear here, I'm like, you and I are different animals. That's what I'm looking at. Like, then there is this from on-chain analyst Will Clemente. He said something, I've actually thought about this concept in general. And he's talking about specifically Bitcoin here, but I think it's true of crypto in general. And he wrote the following. Every cyclical peak, a larger share of the global population becomes aware of Bitcoin. And every cyclical trough, more of the global population sticks around after properly understanding it. This will continue until escape velocity. Hyper-Bitcoinization is destiny. So I actually do agree with that. And I've been thinking about that for years, frankly, because I happened to jump in at a crazy time weeks before the blow-off top for that last market cycle at the end of 2017. Real weird time to happen to jump into crypto. It was very exciting. And so I'll say this. I did notice that after the bubble popped, so you're talking especially in early 2018, people, once it was clear that things weren't going to rebound anytime soon, more and more people left, and it got a little bit quieter in the space, including on Twitter. I did stick around. I was one of the small percentage of people that stuck around and learned more and did. I spent years researching and learning about XRP and crypto in general. Most people do kind of go away and they're like, that crypto thing, what a scam, blah, blah, and they get out of it. But a lot of them come back later too because crypto ain't going away. So even if they miss out on the cheap crypto during the bottom of the bear market, they end up coming back even if it's years later. They just have to buy in higher. But he is right. With each cycle, you get this peak where there's crazy number of people into it, and then as the bear market hits, majority of them actually, literally, maybe 50 to 70, 75%, something like that, they actually do leave. They do leave. They stop paying attention, but still, that bottom is bigger than the previous bottom in terms of market participants. And so it's going to keep happening like that. And then you do hit this, as he called it, escape velocity. The concept rings true to me. Then there was this from chart analyst Income Sharks. He had a few good tweets. I got like 3 of them from Income Sharks. This is good stuff here. He wrote, this is from just this afternoon. He said, Bitcoin, low volume like this often happens after sellers as exhausted and buyers are hesitant. When sell orders become thin, it doesn't take much for the price to push up on low volume. The key is to get in before the big volume comes in, not after. Exactly. Which is why I'm not telling you to buy or sell, but it seems very clear that in times like this, that's when it makes sense to purchase if you're the type that wants to accumulate more. So you do whatever you want. I'm not telling you to buy or sell or hold. I don't know your situation, so I'd never assume to provide any sort of financial advice. I don't do that. But it just, generally speaking, if you look historically, yes, of course, this is indeed what actually makes sense. And it's so funny, too. Like, again, like I referenced that article that was negative about XRP in the beginning. Why focusing on XRP? So fine, the guy's talking about Bitcoin here, which leads the market, so it makes sense. But again, it's true of all coins, right? I mean, maybe you could find an outlier, but the market moves in tandem. That's why it really grinds my gears when people say all this nonsense crap. And then there was this also from Income Sharks. Altcoins, looks like we might finally get a green week. Too early to tell, but I'm liking my chances after such a strong buyback. Figure worst case, we at least have a bearish retest. Wouldn't mind that. So even if it goes down a little bit, you have a little retest and hopefully just bounces off of that. That would not be too terrible. But man, looking green now, we'll just see. We'll just see how the week goes. But I'm cautiously optimistic. And then he also wrote this. This one was actually from May 11th, but still worth reading. He wrote, I thought $60,000 was the top for Bitcoin, and it ran to $68,000 for a few weeks. I thought $35,000 was the bottom, and it went below $28,000. I didn't regret taking profits at $60,000, and I don't think I'll regret buying at $35,000. There's no point trying to time exact points. Little clap there for Income Shark. This is the message that I've been conveying for the longest damn time. I will not be ashamed to publicly state where I sell my XRP when I finally do it, as I'm scaling out of my position, even if it goes up many multiples of where I initially start selling it. Because I don't know for sure where that's going to be, and I'm not going to pinpoint nail the top. Nobody's going to. And I'm not going to put that type of pressure on myself, and it's irrational because I don't know the future. You know? It's like... And it's why, like, in hindsight, you could say anything, but it's just like, okay, well, you also don't know the winning lottery numbers for next week. Like, it doesn't make any sense to beat yourself up. And you also are not going to buy the bottom. Not exactly. About 0% of humans will ever buy the bottom. It's like 99.99999 repeating percent of humans will not buy the bottom, will not sell the top. That's how it is. That's okay, though. It doesn't matter. Sage wisdom coming from Income Sharks. He's absolutely correct. So it'll be neat to see what happens this upcoming week here. Honestly, personally, yeah, so it's fun to see prices go up. I honestly wouldn't mind if they tank a bit further because it took a lot for me to get enticed to buy more, but I did. And so I felt good, and I wouldn't mind seeing prices go even lower than where they were, and I will scoop up more altcoins. I absolutely will. I'll buy them on the cheap. I only made purchases on one day, and I already talked about it, but yeah, as long as it doesn't get much higher, at least. I mean, we're basically still kind of... I know market's up right now, but it's a little sideways, so maybe I'll still buy some more because it's whatever. If I buy now and it goes down a little bit, again, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to beat myself up for that crap. It's stupid to do that. But, man, just the opportunity, and so many people they're going to miss out because they don't understand some of these basic things. XRP is going to be worth a freaking fortune as far as I'm concerned. I really firmly believe that. At 44 cents today, are you kidding me? I won't be surprised if at some unknown point in the future it's worth substantially more, whether maybe it'll be 3 digits, who knows? Why not? Hell, if Bitcoin can get where it's gotten, I mean, just think in terms of market cap, and Bitcoin's going to be worth way more in the future too, presumably. I don't know for sure any of this, but I would not be surprised if that ends up being the case. I really would not. Once in a lifetime opportunity as far as I'm concerned. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.